In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to extend your record time on any camera. Let's jump straight into it. Now, if you're a member on any camera forum or social media site, they're littered with stories like this. I was filming at a wedding and during the best man's speech, my battery died. Or another common one is, I was recording a long documentary and my SD card filled up. Or the most common one I see is I was recording a once in a lifetime opportunity in the Sahara Desert and my camera overheated and stopped recording. How can I stop this from happening again? So in this video I'm going to be showing you how to prevent these three issues from happening to you: battery exhaustion, camera overheating, and your SD card filling up too fast. Now I'm going to be using the Sony A7iv to demonstrate on, but all these methods pretty much work with any camera. We're going to need a couple of extra parts for our camera, the first being a dummy battery, the second is an external recorder, and the final thing we need is a large SSD drive. So let me show you how I put all of this together. So the first thing we're going to do is attach a side handle to the cage that is mounted on our camera, and not only is this going to give us extra grip, but it's going to give us an extra mounting point for an external battery. Next we're going to attach a battery adapter to the top of the handle we just mounted. Now this one is a Smallrig NPF battery adapter and it comes supplied with a Sony dummy battery. Next we remove the standard camera battery, and on Sony battery doors there's a small rubber seal that can be opened up for external power. Next install your dummy battery, making sure that the cable exits through the seal you've just opened up. And then take your cable and plug it into your battery adapter base that we mounted onto our handle. We now have the ability to extend the battery life of our camera. Next I use a top handle which we're going to mount our external recorder onto, and this is super easy to fit. Next we're going to take the external recorder, now I'm using the AtomosChannel 5 recorder, and we're going to install an SSD drive into the back of it. Now our external recorder here is going to stop our camera from potentially overheating, and this SSD drive can record up to 12 hours of 4K 50 frames per second video footage. Next I attach a monitor mount so that we can attach the monitor to our top handle, and it's coming together quite nicely. Next we're going to take a Sony NPF battery. Now these come in different capacities. The bigger the capacity, the more battery life you get. We're going to place one into the battery adapter on top of the handle, and we're going to take another battery and place it into the back of the external recorder. Now the battery capacity that I use are 10,000 milliamp hours. That gives me approximately 4 hours of battery life on the camera and 3 hours on the recorder. Next we're going to take a HDMI cable, plug it into the recorder, and then attach it to our camera. And we're now ready to start recording. It's also worth pointing out that our setup still remains portable and we're not tethered to a mains outlet. Now if you've never used an external recorder before, don't panic, it's very easy to use. I'll run you through some of the basics so you get a general understanding of what's going on. So here's the AtomosChannel 5 and we're already recording onto the SSD installed into the back of it. In the middle of the screen we can see the codec that we're recording in, which is H.265. Now the codec H.265 on an AtomosChannel is an additional codec that needs to be purchased. Costs roughly $99 I believe, but I highly recommend that anybody who owns a Ninja 5 make sure you get the H.265 codec, as it's going to give you smaller file sizes and you're not going to fill up your SSD drive so fast. We also have the information in regards to our record format with frame rate and our colour format. In this case it's 10-bit 422. At the top we also get the space remaining on our solid state drive, and as you can see we have over 12 hours of space remaining. It's worth mentioning here that the recorder is doing all the heavy lifting for our camera. The camera is simply feeding the information through the HDMI port into the recorder and then recording the information onto the SSD drive. The camera is on and we can adjust all the settings and parameters through the camera, but we're not recording onto the internal SD card within inside the camera. So the camera is never going to overheat. So there you have it, how to extend the record time on your camera without the camera overheating, without your battery dying, or your SD card becoming full. If you've enjoyed this video and got anything at all from it, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see future content. But for now, that's it. We'll catch up in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.